What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a really busy week this last, actually it's been a really busy couple weeks, but this week was exceptionally busy, especially with the Thanksgiving holiday. So this is actually going to be a kind of a shorter video, but it's going to encompass a lot more things, and that's because I'm going to have to break this video up over a couple of videos. So this video is going to just be another update. I'm going to show you guys some things that are going on, and I'm going to talk about some things that are going to happen that will be posted in the other video. So let's get started. Cue the clip. Alright, so we're going to start off at the lettuce tub. I call this the lettuce tub because it's about 99% lettuce. And as you can see, it's just going buck wild here. So problem is that with the wool substrate down here, it doesn't give it a lot of structure for it to stand up. So I got some clay pellets coming, which is going to get redone once it comes in. But I mean, it's growing well. It just looks like a mess. So I'm gonna move on to the next one. So this is the best one right now. So this is the tomato and cucumbers. If you remember, last week it was right up to here. And so I mean, these have grown at least 1.5 inches, 2 inch, almost 2 inches. This is tied, that's why it looks all funny. I actually had to tie because it started leaning it up against here. I wanted to give it a little more strength. So they're actually starting to pop up through, as you can see. So got a lot of vines going. So starting to get some structure. So hopefully we'll start seeing some flowers soon. Which, you know, flowers typically mean that that's where you're gonna have actual vegetables growing. So once again, growing very well. And hopefully this will continue to grow well. I love how well this is growing. So hopefully I'll yield a lot of tomatoes and cucumbers, which I will in turn make into pickles. So moving on, I'm gonna quick show you guys the other two tubs.
A few moments later.
So here is the top tub. So doing pretty well. These are mostly peppers. I do have some lettuce right here in the front. That's another lettuce. We have parsley. We have dill in the back. Some peppers. Then we have basil. Not sure what that is. I think that's a pepper. And more peppers. So this jalapeno pepper is really starting to go well. I mean, it took a while. I mean, this is like 2 months of growing. So I mean, it took a long time for that thing to grow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this jasmine rice. I don't really need jasmine rice. I would rather grow vegetables that I can actually use, that I can actually eat. So I just wanted to see if I could grow it. It is growing, so I think I'm just going to move on. Maybe grow some more cucumbers or something. So doing very well. Peppers are doing very well. It's probably going to be a while before these actually bear any vegetables, but at least they're growing. They're doing well. So yeah. And then now we're gonna go down to the community. I call this the community bin. So you can see, you'll see some new. I forgot. I don't even know what these are called. New cups, I guess. I replanted a bunch of stuff. So like the beefsteak tomatoes there to the right, those are new. Some of these didn't grow very well. Some of them are starting to grow very well. So a lot of cucumbers, a lot of zucchini. I do have to give that a little structure right there in the middle of the screen there. Once again, probably going to get rid of the jasmine rice in the back and put in something that I can actually use to donate. This is going to be donated to the local food pantries. So I want to be able to grow vegetables that I can actually donate versus because rice, I'm not going to grow enough rice to be able to donate enough to feed people. So that's why I'm switching over to tomatoes and cucumbers and zucchinis. So tomatoes are growing very well. Lettuce are growing very well. So as you can tell, thankfully the aquarium is producing plenty of waste, and I'll show you that in a second why it's doing that. But clearly the vegetables love it because they are growing, and they're growing really well now. So and let me show you why. So I don't think I've shown these guys for a couple weeks. So this is the 30-gallon wide. As you can tell, they are getting big. So they are at least 3 inches. This one is there's one in here that are getting kind of big. So this aquarium looks a little foggy. It's because I did a major water change. This aquarium gets a ton of algae, it's a ton of buildup, and it's because it's not big enough for 22 tilapia. I'll admit that right now. It's not big enough. This is, you know, maybe half that is what it's really meant for. It's really not big enough. The vegetables like it, but I mean, it's not fair to the fish. So I'm actually going to have a new setup. I'm setting up another aquarium, so we'll see. I do want to get some of the bigger ones out and put them in a separate aquarium. Who knows, maybe I might try to move 1 or 2 into the new aquarium I just set up. So let me go show you the original tank. So here we are at the original tank. I call this the original tank. You might notice that maybe the aquarium's not quite as full. It's because I actually took some fish out, and I will show you where they went. But I just did a partial water change today. The water actually really wasn't bad. It's actually been very clear, and I think it's because of how well the vegetables are growing. It's really helping to filter out. I do still have a little bit of algae growing inside the tubing. Not a whole lot I can do with that. Just keep treating it. I do want to get a UV sterilizer hopefully next week. So these guys eating an absolute ton of food. I actually had to order a ton of food because their intake is like quadrupled. These guys are hungry. They go through a ton. So a lot of these are right at the 4-inch mark. I still have a couple that are smaller. When I was determining the gender earlier this week on a lot of these fish, I found that the bigger ones tend to be more male than females. Then again, I am not an expert at identifying fish, so I do have to figure some stuff out. But once again, these fish are doing very well. The aquarium is doing very well. I haven't lost any of the fish, knock on wood. So once again, doing very well. Hoping that I'll have a handful of these being able to breed in the next month or two. However, I am going to need more space, and that's something that I will talk about at the end of the video. So let me show you guys the newest aquarium that I have set up. So if you guys remember last week, I actually had this set up, but I did not have any fish in here. And that was mainly because of work. So I actually took 5 fish out. I tried determining the gender of these 5 fish, and it was really difficult just because of how small they are. The smaller the fish are, the harder it is to see the reproductive organs or the reproductive orifices, I guess, orifice of the fish. So I may have gotten some of these wrong. I'm hoping that I had 4 females and 1 male, but I could be wrong. I could have 2 males, I could have 3 males. I will have to redetermine that at a later date. So I might do that later, maybe in the middle of the week before I start my new shift at my job. So these are some of the bigger fish. I do have 1 small fish, and I think that's because this one right here, I think that's a female. Pretty sure that one's a female. So the other ones are some of the bigger ones. That's the big old one. I think that's a male, if I'm not mistaken. So that one's probably the biggest fish I have. I'm hoping the other ones are females. The water temperature right now is at 83.5. It was up to 87. I turned it down, but I turned it down too low, so it got down to 82. I'm trying to bring it back up to 85. So yeah, these guys have been stressed for a little bit. They did not like the move. They did not like getting handled, which I don't blame them. And I wish I could show you guys. I'll show you a little clip of the video right now of me trying to gender reveal these guys. So as you can tell, it was kind of difficult. Like I said, I'm not an expert there. I need to get a better set of magnifying glasses, just so that I can determine it better. 3 times magnification is just not enough to see a hole that small. So I mean, once these guys get to be 5, 6, 7 inches, it'll be a lot easier. But for now, when they're this small, it's a lot harder. So I'm actually going to be putting in another aquarium. I have no idea where, just because I have absolutely no space in here. I may put it in this cluster of a mess right here. Once I get it organized, I might actually just put it on top of this box temporarily, where I might have part of it underneath. I don't know. But I need more room for the other, to separate that other aquarium, just so that I'm not overloading the aquarium, because that aquarium gets dirty real quick. So let's get back upstairs, and I'll finish talking to you guys. So you can see a lot has been happening. A lot of changes have been going on. I now have the 3rd aquarium set up for breeding. Hopefully the tilapia will start breeding hopefully within a month, maybe 6 weeks. They're still a little bit small. They say about 4 inches. They're right at like the 4-inch mark, maybe slightly over. But they say between 5 to 6 months, so they're kind of right on that border. So it might take till the end of the year, but at least I had them set up. I'm hoping that I gendered them correctly. I will find out sooner than later, I guess. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm learning as I go. I am self-taught, so hopefully that'll work out. My next bit is that actually I have some really good news. I just found out today, and today is Monday, that we just got approved for our fish license. Actually, our fish farm permit is what it's called. So we can now legally breed and sell fish. So that's the next goal. I've also submitted official paperwork to form an LLC. So it'll be Valor Aquaponics LLC. Hopefully I'll get that within the next week. And then I also have some potential funding, because I'm tapped out for space, guys. Like, I mean, you'll see it in the next video. I mean, I am just scrounging for space for what I have, so I need to expand. Here's the problem, though. I'm not rich. I'm not making any money off these YouTube videos. I do work full time, but I don't make a ton of. I mean, I make good money, but I don't make like astronomical money. So that's why I need your guys' help. I need you guys to share these videos. I need you guys to like. If you have friends that want to subscribe, maybe they'll like some of the content, maybe they'll like some of the other videos that I do. But everything helps. I'm actually going to be also starting 2 different crowdfunding campaigns. One's going to be through Indiegogo, and one's going to go through GoFundMe. And I will put those links below in the description. Whether you can give $1, $5, $500, $5,000. Every little bit helps. 100% of it goes to the aquaponics, and our aquaponics is going to be a lot different than other systems. So we're going to make it a lot more sustainable, a lot more eco-friendly. I don't want to reveal too much too fast, just because there are some proprietary things that we are doing that we don't want some ideas stolen before we can get them patented. So a lot of great things in the works, but we do need your help. We can't do it alone. So please help us out. Share the videos. Share the links to the Indiegogo and the GoFundMe campaign. Help us to get funded. I'm not asking for much. I'm only trying to raise $10,000. That'll help us to secure a commercial space and get us starter funds to also be able to start building these systems that I already have designed. I just need to then buy the parts. It costs money to buy lumber and fish tanks, and we're not talking like the 50-gallon fish tanks. We're talking 175-gallon fish tanks, and we're looking at buying pumps and heaters, and it just costs money. So I know I hate talking about money, and it kind of sucks that I'm asking you guys, but you guys are are the greatest source for passing out information. You know, maybe you are not interested in helping, but maybe you know somebody that will. So, you know, I know you guys can do a lot of great things. Once again, you know, part of what I do will be giving back to the community, feeding the less fortunate. Could be a next door neighbor. It could be a single mother. Who knows? But that food that I will raise, a portion of that food that I raise will be given to the local food pantry. So if you guys want to help, please look in the description below. And you can also go to valoraquaponics.com, which I must add, I actually just updated it, so it's a whole new design. I hope you guys like it. The link is right here. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. So just remember to like, subscribe, and then just hit that notification button so that you get told about every new video that I make. And once again, be the change that you wish to see in the world. I'll see you guys next time.